All praise, all praise, all praise, family. I say greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is the high priest, LD, watchman on the wall. As always, family, as always, we got a good one. We got a good one. We're still dealing with the heart. We're still dealing with that desperately wicked thing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But you guys know how I ask you guys to do it here. I ask you guys to read along with me. I ask you guys, most importantly, to think about the word and think about what is being said. And I know that the Most High will give you a clear understanding. Now, that being said, we're going to go back and start dealing with the heart. Now, we know over in Proverbs 4, I think it's verse 20, 23, or either 24, somewhere along in there, it talks about the heart. It says, all the issues of life, everything, all the issues of life come from the heart. Now, you guys know now, he says, guard the heart with all diligence. So what he's saying is, the heart is so important that what's in it, whatever you allow to come out, you have to be careful because you can let the wrong thing out and then you got to deal with it. So then here we are. You got to let out the good things. That's why David said that that word, your word, I have hid in my heart that I might not sin against you. See, God's word has to be dominant in your heart. God's word has to be first in your heart. If God's word is first in your heart, that's what's going to come out. The other stuff is not going to come out because it's not going to be first. Whatever first. See, so God has to be first in everything. God's word, his commandments has to be first in our lives. That we can go forth and do exactly what he says. Now, we also knows about the wise. See, we don't want to get this thing twisted. I don't want nobody to walk out of here and not understand that both of those, listen, the good and the bad come from the same place. Now, over in Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 2, it talks about the wise man in the heart is at his right hand, but the fool's heart is at his left. They're in the same place. They all derive from the same place, the heart. Right here, right here, right here. That's where everything comes from. Now, we want to show you God has given us a manuscript. God has given us a roadmap. God has given us a way to go to show us that what he says will come to pass in our lives. But you have to be serious about God, and God will be serious about you. Now, we're going to go back and we're going to start this now. I know the scripture that we probably have talked about before, but we have to understand that we got to have purpose. Purpose is the reason why something exists. See, when you got purpose, oh yeah. If you don't have no purpose, you're just doing something. But you got to have purpose. All right? Now, let us look at this thing now. We're going to look at this. All right. Let's look at Daniel chapter 1. Chapter 1. All right, over there, let's look at verses 8, 9, and 10. Now, look what it says here. It says, now Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. Now, Daniel purposed in his heart. Daniel had put this in his heart that I'm not going to go against the Most High's commandments. I'm not going to go against defiling my body. I'm not going to, you have to have purpose. And as I stated, purpose is the reason why something exists. And see, when you got purpose, whatever you create exists. You have purpose in your heart. When you purpose God's word, then God's word is going to manifest in your life. That's why he says all the issues come out of the heart. All the issues of life. Now, we know here now that there's Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and all of them here, all the children of Israel, all of them, they're in captivity. Now, but dang in them here, they've been chosen, out of the chosen, to go here and live with the king. And the king, he's going to try to feed them. that which is not God. That is not there. See, we had a diet. God had given us a diet that we should eat. Only that diet. And Daniel knew it. So then when the king ordered this a meal for them, Daniel said, I'm not going to defile my body with this stuff that the king has ordered us. When Daniel purposed in his heart, that's when God said, okay, Daniel's serious. Daniel's serious. Now, I'm going to be serious with him. Now look what happened. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine, which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. All right? Next verse says, now God. See that? Now God. See, because God saw what was in Daniel's heart. God moved on his behalf. Same thing with Solomon. Solomon said what he said, and it pleased God. Daniel in favor with tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who has appointed you meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worsen like than the children which are of your sort? Talking about the rest of the children, the ones that are in captivity. Then said, did make me endanger my head of the king. See, so here we see, if you read the story, the eunuch is going to permit Daniel to not eat the food and whatnot. And when the time, you're going to see that Daniel and the children, Daniel and the ones that was there with him, they skin and their appearance was as fine as ever. They didn't have any blemishes or anything because they did not eat any of the king's portion. Now let us go here. Let us keep on going. Now we're going to go back to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Now watch this right here. Psalms 141. We talked about this before, but we have to go back and look at it. Psalms 141. See, because like I said, if you serious about God, then God will be serious about you. You have to be serious. Psalm 141 says, Lord, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as the incense, and the lifting up my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. You see that? You see that? He's asking the Most High to set a watch before his mouth. Why? Because he does not want the wrong thing to come out. Then he goes and says, keep the door of my lips. Anyone knows that your mouth and your lips are two different organs. Even though they work, almost simultaneously together, but they are two different parts of your body. Here the psalmist is saying, I need help with both of them. And as I stated earlier, that's why David said, I have hid that word in my heart that I might not sin against thee. Of life come from your heart. Everything. See, so that's why the heart is so important. Now let us keep on going. Now let's go back a little further. Let's look at Psalms 17. Now watch this right on, family. We got to remember what the psalmist says. Now look what he says in Psalm 17, verses 3. He says, thou hast proved mine heart. See that? Thou hast what? Prove my heart. He says, thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shall find nothing. See that? I am purpose that my mouth shall not transgress. See that? His purpose. The mouth can't transgress against the laws and the commandments of the Most High God. You're going to speak what God says. See, that's why it's so important that he says, thou shalt meditate day and night. On the word. Joshua 1 and 8 says that this book of the law, not another book, but this one, this book of the law shall not depart out of my mouth. But he said, thou shalt meditate day and night therein, to do and to observe what is being said in his word. And then you say, then thou shalt have good success. And that's how you're going to have success. Why? Why? Because you meditate on that word, and that word is in your heart, and that word is first in your heart. So that's going to be the first thing come out the gate. And you won't go wrong. Now let us keep on going. Now let's go to Psalms. Let's stay in Psalms now. We're going to go to Psalm 119. Now watch this right here now. Psalm 119. Now watch this. All right. We're going to get there. Psalm 119. Okay, doke. Now, let me see where I want to begin at. Let's do 10 and 11. We'll do 10 and 11, all right? It says, with my whole heart have I sought thee. See that? Not part of it, but with my whole heart I have sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. See that? See that? I hid in my heart that I might not sin against thee. Blessed are those. Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes. With my lips I have declared all thy judgment of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimony as much as all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. All praise, all praise. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Now let's go to Joshua. I know I quoted earlier, but let's go there. Let's go to Joshua. Now watch it right now. Watch this, family. It's right in the pages. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Look what it says. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. It should always be in thy mouth. You should always be speaking what? What the book says. But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mightest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then, y'all see that? For then, this is etched in stone. It doesn't change. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. It's right in the pages. We can't change it, family. We can't change it. Oh, I say give God all the praise. Give God all the praise. Now let us keep on going now. Let us go back to the beginning. We're going to keep on going. Let's go to Genesis chapter 11. Now watch your family. Genesis chapter 11. Now watch this. Watch this right here. See, God don't change. See, man changes, but God don't. God won't change. That's why God says, I am not a man that I shall lie. See, a man will lie. He'll change. But God said, I won't. Yeah. God said, I will not change. Now we're going to go to Genesis chapter 11 now. We'll get there. Just hold on. Take our time. Genesis chapter 11. Now watch this right now, family. Watch this. We're going to read verses 5, 6, and 7. Now watch it right now. The Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men build. And the Lord said, behold, meaning look, the people is now one, and they have all one language, and they shall begin to do And now nothing. Now nothing. Now nothing. You see that? Now nothing. Huh? Will be restrained from them. Why? Because which they have imagined to do. See that? It's in their heart. What they have imagined to do, there's no restraints. Comes to their imagination, they're able to do it. Now I got to stop them because they know the secret of the heart. They know if you put it in that, if you purpose in that heart to do something, you can do it. You can do it. Now look what he says here now. Okay, he says here, and verse 7 says, go to let us, go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. See that? That's the secret. You got to purpose it in your heart. And once you purpose it in your heart, that's what will happen to you. That's what will happen in your life. It's right there in Genesis. God said, now they have learned that. Let's go down and disfigure their languages so that they can't understand one another. Then they were scattered all different parts of the earth. Let's keep on going. And see, I'm going to show you here how God deals with himself. And we as his children. Because if you go back to Exodus, you'll see that God told Moses, I have made you a God. I have made you a God before Pharaoh. Now we are in Isaiah chapter 14. Let's look at verse 24 now. Let's look at that and see what that says. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely, as I have thought. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? The thought is up in the heart, in his heart. Because remember, I showed you in Genesis, we're going to get there, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. See here, he says that as surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. See that? Huh? And as I have purposed, so shall it be. That? Y'all see that? Y'all remember Job? Job said, the thing that I have feared have now come upon me. That's, I can't tell you exactly where it's at, but I know it's in the early chapters. He said that thing that I feared has now come upon me. Because that's what he had here in his heart. See? So that's what he created. But you can see here, what the Most High say. Latter part of 24 says, and as I have purpose, let's stay. See that? The thought and God had purposed it in his heart. And that's what's going to stand. Nothing else. Nothing else is going to stand but that which God has purposed in his heart. Now let us keep on going. Now I'm going to show you now. Now let's go look at Isaiah chapter 38. Isaiah chapter 38. Let's keep on going. We get there. Take our time. Now I'm going to show you about this heart. Isaiah chapter 38. Let's look at verses 20 and 21. Look at 20 and 21. The Lord was ready to save me. Ready being pre-designed, prearranged. It was planned. It was meant. It was knowing. It was intentional. It was intentional. That means God was ready. That all these here words that I just showed you definition are ready. God intended to save me. It was designed for God to save me. It was prearranged for God to save me. It was planned for God to save me. Y'all see that? Y'all see the pages. It's right in the pages. Now let us keep on going. Now that was 20. Let's keep on going. Save me, therefore I will sing my songs to the string instruments all the day long of our life in the house of the Lord. For Isaiah had said, let them take a lump of fig and lay it upon a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Talking about Hezekiah. When Hezekiah was pronounced to die by Elijah, and Elijah came back and said, God has spared your life. God have added on to your life. Yeah. See, God. But let's keep on. Let's keep on going. Now let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. Now let's back up. Did we already do that one? Or we gonna do it again if we did it. We're gonna do it again, but I don't think we've done it yet. Isaiah chapter 19. Let's look at verses 12 and 13. He says, talking about Pharaoh here, he says, where are they? Where are the wise men? Let them tell now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts has purpose in his heart. They can't do it. Can't do it. They can't do it. All of them, the wise men, all of them. He said, let them come forth and then tell what I have purpose in my heart. They can't do it. As he goes on now, he says, that was 12. Let me go ahead and do 13 now. The prince of Zoan are become fools. The prince of Nophed are deceived. They have all seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribe thereof. The Lord has mingled, and perverse, spirit in the midst thereof. See, when you see a person, they go all off talking and don't know what they're talking about. God have sent a spirit, mingle of perversion in them, in the midst of them, and they think they're right, and you can't tell them that they're wrong. No matter how much you try to show them, they ain't gonna see it. They ain't gonna see it. No, this is what it's saying. Even though God is not a man. God says that he's not a man. God says that there is none equal to me. There's not one that is beside me. God said that there is none like me. But yet and still, one can say, well, he's just like a man. See, when you think God is a man, then you disrespect him. You disrespect him and you put him on the level of a man. That's why he said, nobody is equal to me. Then you have those that talk about, oh, well, he has a wife. He has a wife. Oh, no, he does not. Wisdom is his companion. And when you read there in chapter 8, it says that the day that I came forth, that I was brought forth, meaning the day that I was created. Then it goes on down and says that I was in the habitable places of the earth that God had made. But there were other places where the water had receded. It's just like a cake when you take it out the oven. You look at it and say, oh, that's good, that's good. That's very good. Then you put it to the side and let it settle. That's the way the earth was. The earth was settling down when wisdom was created. Go read Go read chapter 8 and you'll see it. And it says that man, but the son, my delight was in the sons of man. It's right in the page on the sons of men. That's why he says that when you find wisdom, talking to the man, all of that, he talks about my son, attend unto my word. Huh? Let my word be before thy footlips. All the time. It's always my son this, my son that. And when wisdom comes to his sons. Because he left the man in charge. The priests went astray. The kings went astray, yes. But how you say that, well, it was supposed to be a woman, but it was a man. The man is the one that went astray from God's word. It wasn't no woman. Comes back, he's coming back with the man. He's sending Elijah to come back and then get the house in order. He's not sending back Elijah's wife. He's not sending back, as they say, Mother Mary. He's sending back the same thing he started with. He said, let us create man in our own image. He started with a man, he's going to end with a man. Also says in Jeremiah, he told the king and the priest would not have another man stand in their stead. And God comes back and reinforced that thing. And he said, before I will cast away the holy seed, he said, I'll destroy everything that I have created. Meaning that there is not going to be another man that is going to take the priesthood, and there's not going to be another man that is going to take the kingship. The ones that are in kingship came from Judah, and the ones that is in the priesthood came from the Levites. No woman or no man is going to ever stand in their seed, because he says only Aaron and his son shall do what? Minister before me in the priest's office. Not no but only Aaron and his sons. Not somebody's son over there, but Aaron's sons, and his sons. Nobody else. From the word. He says, do not add to my word and don't take away. When you take Aaron and his sons out, and you begin to burn incense, and you begin to bake cakes and stuff, then you add into his word, because that was the priest's job. Like to burn incense. No, nobody else's job. It wasn't another male's job. It wasn't a female's job. It was Aaron's and his sons. That's right. Those are the ones that did the holy things that was in the temple. Not a woman, not another man, not another tribe, but it was them. But when you see that, you can see that they have erred, and here you are adding to God's word, and you have taken away from God's word. You can't do that. You cannot do that. But let us keep on going now. We're here in Isaiah chapter 19, right? We did verse 12. And we did part of verse 13. Now let's finish 13. He said, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work. Therefore, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit. Right there in the pages. Right there in the pages. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman. Egypt is not a woman, like unto a woman. Just like when the Most High says, a mother might forget her suckling child, but I would never forget Israel. I am not a woman. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to comfort you better than a woman or a mother. Where a mother can only do so much, I'm going to go beyond that as comforting you like a mother. Not that I am a mother. Just just like here, it said, like unto woman. And it shall be afraid and fear because of what? Let's turn the page. The shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Now let's go and do 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he has determined, that he has determined against it. Determined means design. Determined means prearranged. Determined means plan. Determined means, I meant that. Determined means knowing. Determined means intentionally. Y'all see that? It's right in the pages. Back to Genesis chapter 6. Now watch this. Watch this. Let's see that. Genesis chapter 6. We did do well, let's do 5 and 6. It says, God saw that the wickedness of man was so great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart, every imagination of the thought of his heart. Remember, God said that he thought and then he purposed. I read to y'all earlier. See here, to their imagination in the past. God said, I got to stop them. I got to stop them. It says here that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him at his heart. It grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy. See that? God said, I will destroy man whom I have, and beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. For it repented me that I had made them. Y'all see that? You see how it repented God in his heart, and you see what happened? You see what came. Right? So, okay, family, again, we thank you guys for tuning in. I want you guys to tell everybody out there about the high priest, that we're dealing with the heart, and that I am here to help you guys and get you guys ready for the coming of Elijah, the prophet. All right? And also, we have a Cash App and a PayPal. All you all that out there that want to help continue the Lord's work, the Most High's work, y'all can hit that, okay? Also have a P.O. box. Y'all go and look it up. All praise, all praise. Now, that being said, you guys know how we deal here at the end of our teaching. We come together with one voice and one mind. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One word, one God, one people, one love. Levi! All praise, all praise, all praise. We say happy Sabbath, family. Happy Sabbath, happy Sabbath. All praise, and try to get some rest. Shalom. Love you guys.